Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited. As you can see, my Hobonichi Techo package has finally arrived for 2023 and I cannot wait to unbox this so that I can start, I don't know, like setting up the planners. There's something really exciting about being able to prep a planner just before you start actually using it, and I really want to start prepping these for 2023. So let's get right to the unboxing. I will say one thing I'm really kind of disappointed in is that all of the sticky tape and my address is here and all this like postage stuff is on the box itself. Like, I understand that in the previous years they had like a paper bag and so that the box was pristine so you could keep the box. I get that for environmental purposes it's better to just do it this way, but I feel kind of sad that I can't keep the box because it's all like has all this postage stuff on it. Okay, so let's open this up, put it aside, and I'll walk through every item I picked up. So I'm just going to grab items as they are packaged, so in no particular order. I've also just put on a ring light to see if it helps with the lighting. It's a really cloudy day, and so the lighting behind me is like stronger than the window in front of me. But anyways, as you can see here, I have two planner covers. These are specifically for the Hobonichi weeks, and I did buy two Hobonichi weeks planners, and I'll explain why in a little bit, but every year I love to get different protected covers for them. They always come up with brand new designs. I believe this one is actually not a new design. This was around last year. I really wanted it, but I didn't need it, so I didn't pick it up. But this year I decided to pick it up. But this one I think is actually new to this year. It's so cute. I love it. It's like it is astrology based, isn't it? I think this is like maybe Sagittarius. I have no idea. But it's really pretty. The backing paper is blue, so it's actually clear, and the backing paper here is red. So if you take it out, which I will take out, except once I do, it's not as easy to see because my table is white. You can see here, this is what it's like, and then that's the cover itself. But it just means that the cover that comes with the planner itself can still show through. Got that, and then I'll take this one up because I will probably put it on my planner. Well, that's the thing. You'll see that the week's planner I got were not plain. Usually every year I get plain ones so that the covers make sense, but this year I didn't get plain ones. So now I'm not quite sure how they'll work, but we will see. Either way, I love this so much. It's so nice. I might even use it this year. It's really pretty. All right, next we have, I think these are probably new to this year because I didn't order these. These look like drawer bags. Let me open one just to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just drawer bags. Often when you order the planners from the Hobonichi website, it comes with like a bunch of different freebies. Sometimes it's like little statues, sometimes it's like dice, and I guess this year is a drawer bag. Today is the only day the me I am right now will ever exist. I want to keep a record of that so the me in the future won't forget them. That's kind of cool. Just like a little text on the inside. But yeah, I think this is actually just to protect your planners. So I got two of them, even though I got a couple planners, so I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, I did get quite a few planners, so you get these pens every year with each planner. I got 4 planners, so I have 4 pens, and I have been unofficially collecting them ever since. So this is 2023's version. Let me open one up so I can show you guys. I have actually quite a few of these pens, to be honest, and I like to at least hold on to one so that I can see, like, you know, for each year. But the excess I do tend to just give away. One year I sent like a whole bunch of them to one of my subscribers. But that's the thing. If I could just give away a lot of things to my subscribers, I would 100% do it. The problem is, it's not just giving it away. Like, if I could just meet you guys and give it to you in person, that would be amazing. But I have to post them, and postage is so expensive, packaging and posting. So I'm essentially just paying people to take things off me. So it becomes less worthwhile. So that's what it looks like. It looks really dark here, but in person it's quite light. I don't know whether the lighting. So this is what the pen looks like. It is a Uniball ballpoint pen, and it has black, blue, and red, and yeah, it's just retractable. I think this is 0.5, but these are like great pens for the Hobonichi Techo planners. I personally prefer gel pens. I just like the inkiness of them, but these are great too. These are packaged slightly different. Every year they usually just come in a plastic wrap, but now, I don't know, they're like in this paper packaging. Yeah, it's like a little envelope, which is kind of cool. and they basically look the same. So I don't think I'll flip through, but I'll show them anyways. These are just the official like proper planners. So this is the original A6 planner in Japanese. I always like to prefer to start on a Monday, so that's my preference. So every planner usually comes with like this little life book, teaches you how to use the planner. And then yeah, I think it's like a sample of what the pages in the planner look like. It looks pretty much the same as last year. So I've got the original. I used the original for 2022 to actually manage my diet, because during my pregnancy I had gestational diabetes, and so I had to keep taking blood tests like 4 times a day. So I used the planner initially when I started, because at the start of the year I didn't know I had gestational diabetes. I was using it for more artistic reasons, drawing and stuff like that. And then eventually when I was diagnosed, I started using it to record everything I ate, and roughly the carb amount. So I was like keeping track of the carb intake, and then my blood test after like in whatever time of day I had taken the blood test, so that I was aware of what my glucose levels were like. So that's what I was using it for. But typically I prefer using this more like for an artistic expression journal. I have been tossing back and forth between whether I should replace my cousin, which is the larger version, with this one. And I'll explain that when I open this one. So I have this, and then the cousin. So I've been using the Hobonichi cousin pretty like religiously for the last 2 years now. So you get the same pieces of paper and leaflets. And then this is the cousin. So I'm just gonna have a quick look to see if it's much different to this year's. It kind of looks pretty much same. Yep, looks pretty much exactly the same. Colors are the same. Yeah, all right. So no need to flip through that. So the cousin, what I've been using it for is daily journaling, my exhaustive to-do list, and I've been using it as a habit tracker as well for like the monthly view, and no, the half yearly view, and then the monthly view I've been using that more just showing out, like putting my schedule down. And that's been working okay. I actually think I might revert back to how I was using it back in 2021, where my cousin was my exhaustive to-do list, which worked at the time because I was full-time working from home, because we were like right in the middle of the pandemic. And now it works because I'm also at home. I'm on maternity leave right now. However, next year I go back to work, and I will likely have to go into the office, and I rely on my to-do list encompasses both what I have to do for work as well as my personal life. I kind of like them together. I'm not very good at, if I separate them, I prefer to still see them on the same page. I don't like them in separate journals. So I feel like this might not make sense anymore because it's not as easy to carry, as in it's not that heavy, but when you're carrying like a laptop, a power charger, your lunch, wallet, tech gear, suddenly this whole journal just adds a lot of additional bulk that I really don't need. So that is part of why I'm considering maybe moving into this one for to-do list like management, or maybe I'll use a week's. I'm not quite sure, but I think the focus for 2023 for my cousin is really going to be more around fitness and mental health. So daily journaling will still stay here for sure, because that is a good elevator to promote good mental health, at least for me. That's what works for me. I want to start doing a few more like drawings and doodles in here. That also makes me feel really calm. But and then habit trackers, I think the habit tracker in here has been working really well. However, for the monthly view, I might go back to what I did in 2021, which is every day I would write like 1 or 2 sentences in the little box around how I'm feeling. I would put a little sticker down to represent the emotions I felt that day, and it just allowed me to kind of see an overview as to how I was feeling. I haven't actually shared my 2021 journal online yet, and I'm happy to if you guys are interested. I was journaling right from January up until October, because October in 2021 is when I fell pregnant, and that's when I got hit with my depression. So the 10 months prior, there's like all this journaling in there, which I would love to share, but at the time I wasn't comfortable sharing, because I was actually going through, well, I guess I wouldn't say I was infertile, but we were trying the whole time and with no success. So it was a lot of sad journals, to be honest, a lot of anxiety driven sad journals, and I didn't want to share that online obviously at the time. because I just didn't want to share the fact that we were trying at that time. But now that it's over and we have a beautiful baby and I'm feeling so much better, I'm really glad I did all that recording, because now I can reflect back and see how I was, and I'm happy to share that too. But anyways, it's turning into a really chatty video. So yes, I'm thinking this will be my fitness and mental health journal, and then this one, if not my new to-do, then maybe my art journal as well. Sometimes I wondered whether I should just make this my mental health journal, because there is a lot less space and I feel like I could fill it out easier. Sometimes I feel like I get too much blank space in here, but when I look at it here, there's really no space to do all my to-dos. Like, I have to cram it here, and then this is really not enough space to do enough writing for me. Like, I have way too many thoughts to share, so I think it might be too small. Oh, and also I do my gratitude in here, so I try to write down 3 gratitudes every single day, and I will put that in my cousin as well. Actually, just for reference, this is my 2021 journal that I've kind of packed away. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the weekly view. The weekly view for 2022, I've actually been using it to, I was tracking all my activities kind of similar to this, minus the stickers, and then now I'm using it to track all the things that are baby related, like how much sleep the baby's getting, when they're eating, appointments, as well as when we're sleeping. It's really funny. I'll show you guys when I do an end of year flip through the amount of sleep we had prior to baby and then the amount of sleep we have now that the baby's here. It's just funny, because obviously we have almost no sleep now. But where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is kind of how I use the journal now. To-do list here, and then I have gratitudes here, and then I journal. I actually really love this setup. I really love doing my to-do list here. I'm kind of sad at the thought that I might have to put most of my to-do list in a different journal because I'm physically going to work. So I might start off the year still doing my to-do list here, because I don't go back to work until about March in 2023, and then just kind of wing it and then see. Like, I like the idea of having a planner and following through your process right to the end, because I'm a bit of a completionist, but I'm trying to break that habit, because I think it's just a bit of a control freak, anxiety driven habit, and just be fluid and change when things need to be changed and not be too hung up on keeping things too restrictive. All right, I've got a couple more things to share. This is the weekly view that usually goes with the original, like it fits with this. So you'll see that in the Hobonichi Techo cousin. I love the cousin because it has so much great stuff in it. So you've got this like half yearly view, then you've got your monthly view, then you've got these like weekly views, and then you've got your daily view. It is like everything. Like I could pretty much live my entire life out of here. Save for like a few things, if I want to make like lists or do some jotting ideas or planning stuff out. I actually kind of run out of space, especially if I'm having a particularly mentally heavy week and I have a lot of journaling to do. Then I actually just run out of space, which is weird to say because you think you'd have a lot of space. But the only problem with the cousin is that there is almost no note space. So back here, I think it's like 2 or 3, like maybe 5 pages of random note space, and then that's it. Everything else is taken out with the calendar, whereas the other journals tend to have a lot more like random space, which I do tend to use because I like to track other things like cleaning, household admin stuff, and that doesn't fit anywhere in here. So I don't know, maybe I'm just tracking too many things. But anyways, so the original is very similar to the cousin, except it doesn't have this weekly view, which I love to use. So that's why I bought this extra insert to go with it. And finally, we are moving on to the weeks. I have become obsessed with the Hobonichi weeks recently. I mean, recently, when I say recently, I mean the last few years. I love using them. I wish I could keep my entire life in here. I tried bullet journaling. Like I bought the mega one year and tried bullet journaling in it. It didn't really work. So I've kind of had to, that's kind of why I have multiple planners on the go. I haven't quite figured out how could I put everything into the one planner. I don't know, maybe it's not possible. But you can see here, I have 2 weeks and they're both normal size. So they're not the mega. I'm not sure whether I should have gone for the mega because in theory I am currently using a mega for 2022, but I'm not using all the note pages. Like I don't need that many, so that's why I decided to go with this. Oh, they come with stickers. That's so cute, and little tabs as well. And you get that little notebook. This is a pretty hard cover, but I like that you have the monthly calendar on the outside and outside and back. And I got the Japanese version for both because I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Japanese, but I'm comfortable with Japanese. So I'm just looking to see if there's any changes. I think it's exactly the same as last year, which is great. Yeah. So you've got this yearly view, then you've got your monthly view, and then you've got your weekly views here. So no daily, but you've got tons of note paper here, which is what the cousin for me is lacking. Just this like random note page where I want to do things like my meal plans, or I just want to say this week I'm going to work extremely hard at the sticker shop, so I'm going to print all these different stickers like stock take inventory, and I just need space to write all that down. So this is what I'd use it for. So this is one of them, and then we have a second one here. So I mentioned why I need two. I guess I don't need two, but I like using two. Oh, this comes with some plastic just to protect it, I guess because it's a fabric cover. Oh, I didn't realize it was a fabric cover. All right, even more reason to have those plastic covers now. So the reason I have two, right, this year for 2022, I am using two. One is basically a no sticker, just very functional. It's all my top to-do list. I take it shopping with me. I have my grocery list on there. I do meal prepping, planning on there. And I was also like, it's the one that I probably wouldn't show online, although in retrospect now I'm pretty comfortable showing it online. I was tracking my weight during my pregnancy because I had this weird obsession about not putting on too much weight. And I wasn't restricting what I was eating, but I think I was just really worried that I would gain a lot of weight. In the end, I actually only gained like 8 kilos or something like that, so it wasn't very much. But I used the yearly view to track my weight, and then the monthly view was tracking all my medical appointments. So it's very functional. It's not pretty. It's basically just pen to paper. And I figured that because I would not show it online, then I am comfortable doing whatever, like tracking whatever I wanted to track. Because when you share your planners online, you have to like remember that you're basically sharing your personal life with anyone who watches your videos. So anyone at work could suddenly know, say when I get my period or something like that, which I always thought was kind of awkward. So I always had a week's planner that I kept to the side for all that personal stuff that I wouldn't want to put in any of my other planners that I'd likely Instagram or share online. So that's why I have two. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to navigate that for 2023, probably in a similar way, because it did work quite well. The only problem is that I feel like I end up duplicating a lot of things, because obviously the planner I take with me is going to have a lot of my to-dos and things I need to get completed for the day. But I would also want to put that in, like say my cousin, which has my like exhaustive to-do list. So then am I just replicating the to-dos? I guess in my week's planner, that was the functional version, it was very like just the top 5 items that I could do. So this would have like maybe 20 items I'd like to do in more detail, and this one would just be very high level prioritized items I need to do. I did start off the year using it more as a work planner, and then it kind of migrated into a personal planner. So anyways, that's just how my thought process is. I'm not quite certain yet. I just know that generally I felt more comfortable having 2 weeks. So that the second one is more for memory keeping. So I have one version that I'm using that I will share online. I just haven't really gotten around to shooting anything for Instagram recently, but I use like lots of stickers, very decorative colors. I'm just very free and creative with it, but it's mostly just memory keeping. I have a like big vertical planner which I use for memory keeping as well, but this one, I don't know, it's like I like it better in this one. I think the only reason I still maintain the vertical planners now, I don't actually really use them as much, but it's more of a like, I guess it's like adult coloring book, right? It's very therapeutic. I like sitting down and just decorating a layout and putting things together and kind of reminiscing over what happened in the last week and stuff like that if I have time. Honestly, now with the baby, I've had very little time, so it's quite empty. But the other thing is I started my planning life in the vertical planner, so I kind of like having it for every year. So I'm going to keep it up until I can't be bothered anymore, but quite honestly, I prefer memory keeping in Hobonichi weeks, if I was honest. So yeah, sorry, I feel like I've talked way too much in this video, but that is everything I picked up for 2023. I'm actually pretty happy with what I've gotten. I may need to get some plastic covers for the original and the cousin just to protect it so it doesn't like the cardboard doesn't get like bent out or worn out too quickly. I'm still not sure whether I should have gotten a Mega Weeks. I think if I change my mind, I might go pick one up. I think I just need to plan out what I'm going to use the note pages for. And yeah, other than that, I'm really happy. I really wanted to just buy planners that I was certain I would use, or I have like another bucket of planners I buy more to test and then review for the channel and my blog. But for Hobonichi, these are like very functional for me. I do use them. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am sorry for all the blabbering. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.